Oh, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
it's fine.
I think we are. How many people are on the meeting? We have 9. By then, if we get one other person to add to join us, not add to join us, we will proceed with the meeting, right? Because on WhatsApp, someone says sure, and I think that's it. By the time he joins, we proceed with the meeting, and we start and we discuss. Today's topic is what? It's what? Unemployment, I guess.
Yeah,
Hello?
but then Babalo, is it Babalo?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anyway, okay, I can't hear you guys. He's saying I can't hear you guys. I am muted right now. Babal is saying she's muted. Is she muted? Yeah, she's muted. No, she is.
Yeah. When you see when you muted your thing, you muted all of us. So I also needed to unmute myself.
But no, she's able to unmute herself.
Okay.
Unmute herself.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you good, Babalelo?
Now I'm good.
Okay. Let's see. Everyone is on. Now we have what? 8 people. I was saying we have 9 people. Now we have 8 people. The number is dropping.
20 past, Polosho. When it's 20 past, you carry on with whoever is there.
Yes, and that will be appropriate because that will be good. Yeah.
In the meantime, can people introduce themselves?
In the meantime, can people introduce themselves? We'll start with the first person, who is what? Official Vic Salo. We'll be starting with me. My name is who? My name is what? My name is Polosho Silwani. And I am the one who's talking right now.
Wow.
No, that was a joke, but my name is Polosho Silwani. And guys, I'm very happy to have you on the meeting. Today we'll be just discussing one of the issues, in fact, not topics, because it's an issue. It's not only a topic which is affecting everyone. Is it everyone? Is it affecting everyone?
We are not sure.
We're not sure. No, I'm not sure. You never know. You never know, because there might be a problem within a certain group of people.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, so today we'll be, let me put my thing in silent. Messages are coming through.
Yeah, but I got a Wi-Fi.
Okay, now silent Denise. Okay, today we'll be discussing that topic, guys. Okay, let me unmute a few people. I think people muted themselves intentionally because you guys, everyone is blaming me for it.
No, you're the one who muted everyone here.
No, I feel like the bad guy, but whenever I look, someone mutes themselves automatically.
Nah, you muted everyone.
Nah.
No, I feel like the bad guy. When I events, now I don't know people, and I should know this person. Probably using names which I don't know them by.
Exactly. Which is why they need to introduce themselves. He's using our Spider-Man here.
Are you still introducing yourself?
Yes, we are. Hello, everyone. I think people leave and return, so but we can proceed. Yeah, bo. Now we know. I know you by bear.
What happened?
Yeah, I know him by bear, but when I use nicknames outside and somewhere else,
and give bear a whole bear.
Okay, guys, let's introduce ourselves because it's starting to sound as if it's a conversation between a few people. So, hello, guys. My name is Polosho, as I said already, and we are having a meeting. The name of the podcast is what? It's Let's Talk Essay, and we'll be basically talking about issues, as I said. And I said almost everything which I'm about to say right now. But before we do proceed, can we have one person to introduce himself, him or herself, in fact?
Bear must.
Okay, no. Nicholas, can you introduce yourself? Hello, can we be serious, man?
Okay.
Sanjay, it should be you who starts by introductions because it's a session.
No, it's cool. You guys can introduce
Can I
yourself.
make a suggestion quickly, Polosho?
Yes.
It's Ntabiseng speaking here. Okay, let me just introduce myself anyway. My name is Ntabiseng Malemacha. I'm an unemployed law graduate and a poet.
Yes,
I am joining this group just so I can have further insight on how to improve myself and find employment. Anyway, I was suggesting that Polosho, you tell us who should be introduced next, like you host and administrate the whole thing, so that we can have a
Yes, Polosho. Let's go one by one.
Okay, firstly, if it's possible, I see Isaac Villagas. Isaac Villagas, can you introduce yourself, please? He's not even around. Is he around? Isaac Villagas. Hello? I feel like he left his phone and he went somewhere else. Okay, he's gone. No, is he gone or is he? No, he's not gone. Isaac Villagas. Isaac, please, man, do introduce yourself. Okay, since Isaac is not around, we can proceed to whom? Babalelo, can you introduce yourself? Babalo.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Pavalo, and that's it.
How? What are you?
We cannot see the name. The name says Pavalo. And that's you cannot see the name, right?
Okay. I am still a student. I'm studying engineering, fitting. A college student, yeah.
Okay, and up next on the introductions, we have Brutus. Finally, Brutus, can you introduce yourself?
Hi guys.
Hello.
I'm Brutus. Not Shakespeare, but Brutus. I'm a student in University of Limpopo. Studying computer science.
Okay, and up next we have Pumzile. Pumzile muted her microphone. Wait, hello, Pumzile.
Oh, hi guys.
Pumzile, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, hi guys. My name is Pumzile. I'm not sure if my image will show or what. Okay, but my name is Pumzile Mkonto, and I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Yeah, that's all.
Hey.
Okay, I'm losing track of people. Okay, now we have Tawin. Tawin, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tawin Mahlakwani. I'm a BSc Mathematical Science student at the University of Limpopo. Thank you.
But I think I want to be like you.
Okay, so right now, do I have everyone introduced? Ramraswi. Can you introduce yourself as well?
Hey guys, wabulela umuki mablesa o Ramraswi. Rogamajo, Ustarisha computer science ka Polokwane at University of Limpopo.
Okay. And we have Lisa as well. Lisa has just joined us. Lisa, can you also introduce yourself? Okay, Lisa is not hearing what I'm saying. And before I do repeat, let me say Captain C. Oh, is it my side? I think it's my side. Because everyone is not talking at all. Hello? No, it's not. I'm hearing someone. I thought it was. Everyone was quiet, so I thought the network.
Maybe you should mute us and then unmute the people who want to talk. So that there's not a lot of noise.
Yeah, and I know that you guys are not keeping quiet or something because I thought the network was gone. So I was like, yeah. Okay, so and it would be hard to. You guys should mute yourself automatically because it would be hard to unmute you all. There's 10 people in this group, so if I had to unmute you...
Yeah, that was bad.
Okay, so whenever you want to talk, you can unmute yourself. Okay?
You need to raise your hand.
But everyone should not disappear. How you guys might disappear? Like, okay, we are off. You'll be left alone. Okay, so right now we also have the next person to introduce themselves is who? Lisa. Lisa, hello, Lisa. Lisa is not hearing anything. Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah, we are introducing ourselves. If possible, can you also do the same?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hi guys. I'm Lisa. I'm from Ramfontein. And what else? Yeah, I'm just Lisa from Ramfontein, a friend of Pablo, and yeah.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. And we have Captain C. Captain C, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Putisi Kwadi from Limpopo, doing computer science at the University of Limpopo. Ciao.
And we also have Isaac Villagasi. Isaac Villagasi, can you introduce yourself? Hello? Hello, Isaac? Isaac? Hello?
Please mute the music guy.
Yes, who's the music guy? Who's the DJ? Okay, hello, Isaac. Isaac has network problems. Hello, Isaac. Okay, Isaac has network problems. He will just join us. Okay, guys.
He muted himself.
Okay. Yeah, he has network problems, I think. Because he has been coming and going. Okay, so we can begin, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, Peter. Okay, today we're gonna talk about unemployment in South Africa, and as such, I am going to ask a few of you guys, what you think about it and what you think would be the possible solution to the problem. And firstly, I'll ask the entrepreneur, who is Pumzile, as she said. Pumzile, can you tell us?
Hi.
Okay. I want to ask a common question, if I could say. But how can we tackle unemployment? And is it a huge problem? And should people be worried about it all?
Definitely, it is a huge problem, and it's something that I feel like no matter how much the government or every individual can try to make it become a bit of less, it's quite impossible because it's quite impossible because we live in a generation whereby a lot of us are lazy, and a lot of us have the mentality that just because I have a certain degree, I cannot work a certain job. And a lot of us feel like, no, I can't work this job because it's not for somebody like me. So that means it's no longer about the government, but about us as individuals. So I feel like if we want, as a nation, if we want to tackle the unemployment rate in South Africa, it first has to start with us before we can go out there and say that the government is not doing enough job or whatsoever. It's always about the individual. I believe most of us in here, maybe there's some of us who have degrees, who have diplomas, who have whatsoever, but then we cannot go and work and be a cashier because we feel like it's not what I started for, and it's just so little for somebody like me to work that job and get paid 200 rand maybe a week. So I feel like the problem here, it's not that there is not enough jobs or whatsoever, but it is also about us as individuals, the mentality that we have. We have this as a society. We grew up to believe that if I have an engineering degree, I can't go and settle to be a cashier because, man, I mean, I went to school for 4 years and I'm not about to spend the next 2 years of my life being a cashier. So if we want to take, sorry?
Interpreting is a problem. Is it is it possible for her to ask a problem? No, not a problem. As a question.
No. Sorry. I was just raising my hand for after her.
Okay. I thought maybe you have a question regarding what she was saying, but it's cool. You can proceed.
So yeah, literally what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that it is people do not want to go and work, but I'm saying that some of the things that add to the unemployment rate that we have in South Africa, it is because most of us have that mentality that there are certain jobs that we cannot work.
Okay.
And another problem is that obviously some of us, we didn't go to school. And the other problem is they want experience. They want 3 years experience. And it's something that as a new student or a new graduate, you don't have that experience.
Okay.
So,
Brutus has
yeah, that's all, guys.
Brutus, is it a question or is it also to request to be next? Is it a request? Hello, Brutus. You can unmute your mic.
Oh, sorry. No, I wanted to comment on what she said, Owen.
After talking, and you can mute your mic just for a bit, and whenever you feel like talking, you can mute it.
Okay.
And put it back. Okay. Brutus, you can proceed.
Yeah. Now I would agree with the first speaker. Like before we go out there, we should start with ourselves. And just these things of companies wanting experience. There's just
and can you make it brief because Ntabi is saying another.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just say I agree.
I have a question though. Since she mentioned that people who graduate look for a specific job and are not open to other jobs, is it not what is promised? Because whenever someone studies for a certain career, it's almost like an investment, right? And at the end, you are expected to earn from that investment. It's almost you're giving your years. Some people they're giving their money if not sponsored by the government. So isn't it not a promise which has to be held? Okay, in terms of saying, okay, Pumzile, if you can still answer that, if possible, or okay, in terms of saying you can talk because Pumzile is quiet.
Oh, no, you really said a mouthful, all 3 of you. The first speaker supposed to be the entrepreneur. She said a mouthful, a lot of the things that I was about to touch on. But just in addition, just to clarify on my side, I think it's more of a although it's a mentality issue as well, there's also a decline in the demand of some of the skills that we are studying for. Because remember, for many years, we are studying the same curriculum, the same degrees, and we're not meeting the demands of a changing economy. So in other words, companies are no longer hiring people with just degrees. They want experience, like they said. They want upgraded qualifications. They want short courses. Having a BSc degree is not enough anymore. You need an honors internships. To be an attorney, my personal experience, you need a degree, 2 years of compulsory articles, law school, things like that. So most of us are unable to even afford to upgrade. So we tend to be stuck in the state of a stalemate. No money to upgrade for qualifications and no qualification to get a job to make money. Then we are like, our brains just become stale. We sit down and apply, and then we don't become innovative to start businesses, to work in ShopRite, for example, like the first speaker was saying. We have this pride, because I studied for law, I can't be working in ShopRite. So it's a mentality issue, but it's also the fundamentals of the whole, the curriculums that we're studying.
Babela has a question regarding what you're saying, because she's saying question. Okay, Babela, you can ask the question.
Okay, to interview saying, do you ever go to law firms and ask to volunteer just for free to get the experience?
To answer you, Babalo, since I was in my second year, I've been doing vacation work. And the fact that now I'm employed now because of a bursary that I got due to those programs that I did. So my biggest problem now is not that volunteering. Experience is not the problem. You need to get articles. As an attorney, as a law graduate, you need to get articles. So to get articles, they usually look at things like your CV, obviously, if it's updated, it's cool. But it's not. It's just because you've got a good CV and experience doesn't mean you're going to get absorbed. There's not enough demand. There's too many law graduates and too little firms that take candidates. They only take 2 candidates per year, per 2 years. So imagine how many more people are graduating as one firm is only taking 2 candidates. It's very competitive as an attorney out there.
Lisa is also asking a question. Lisa? Okay, Lisa, can you...
Okay, Mina, actually, it's not really a question. It's something I've noticed. The thing is, we are raised, or rather our children are raised, okay, I'll say we. We are raised in a way where our parents just tell us it's crèche, primary, high school, university or college, and then work. Nobody ever mentions that you should take the time to research what you want to do, see the demand of what you want to do, and do other things. Instead of taking a gap year, take the time to maybe look for practicals for whatever you're planning to go study the next coming year. You understand? So the thing is, like, I feel like this roots from the very beginning. Like, it starts from down there. I know we're talking about unemployment, but then it's caused by this thing I experience. They'll want you 5 years experience, and I'm a school learner. I'm like, you know what? I'm at school. Guys, I just came out of school. If I had known on time that I needed to volunteer while I'm doing my studies, then I would have done that. But then we are pushed to focus more on the theoretical side of everything, and never anyone actually exaggerates the importance of practical.
Tawin has a question regarding what you're saying. Tawin?
No, I just wanted to add when she's done.
Oh, okay. Lisa, you can proceed.
Okay. So, yeah, I feel like that's the biggest issue with everything. And this thing that Ntabi Singh was saying, we have pride. Oh my gosh, pride is one thing we have. Nah, I can't be working here because I ain't studied for this. Do you know that whatever little job you do can add to your CV? Things like customer care are things that could actually help you. If I go to a company now and I have reference of saying, no, they'll be like, oh, she has customer care. But then if they know nothing about me, my CV is as plain as no experience at all, then we have issues, bro. Like, yeah, but then I think we should really consider broadening our horizon. That's one thing we can do. Okay. And another thing, as youth or as people, we shouldn't be prideful of what we get, because that little something could actually make you notice that I didn't want to be an engineer. I'd rather be something else instead. So, yeah.
Okay, Tawin, since you said you wanted to add something on top of what she said, your time is now.
Thank you. Yeah, all of the previous speakers before me, they spoke a lot and a mouthful. But just to speak from my side, unemployment is real and it's alive.
If you're not talking, you can enable your mic. You can mute your mic. Just for
I was saying that unemployment is real and it's alive in South Africa. And then the most important part or thing that I've realized is that, like the previous speakers spoke about the way economy is changing. You know, generations to come, I feel like we'll be moving in a technical world where people who are doing technicalities will just be the ones to be employed. So if I were to advise people who are coming up to become university students, college students, or any part of degree or any type of diploma or certificate, I'll advise them that, you know, you should take into consideration what's coming next, what's the next big thing in the world, not just in South Africa. And then the other thing is our school system, of course, it's the one that it's kind of blinding us, because each and every single day it's all about you go to school, you got to do this, and then you're done. There's no practical side, like they said. And then the other thing is, I feel like also the government, of course, maybe it's our mentality, but the government also, it's more of, you know, we are creating jobs, but then they're not enough for everyone. And then the other part, I can be an entrepreneur, but you find that when I'm looking for a tender, they give people who have who are their family members, or maybe people who have money. They sell it to other people, and then we're always stuck at the low end. So, but then at the same time, it's very, very, very good that you think of something else besides your degree. At the moment, as a final year student, okay, I'll be thinking, okay, I should apply for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then next year I get a job, but then it's not guaranteed. So on the other hand, then I'm thinking, or you know what, it's not about my degree. I can also become a farmer. I can also become whatever that I want. And then like they said, I feel like the most important thing that it's running around our minds now is that we should not have pride to do something that is not of our degree. Like everything that it's there in the world is meant for us. Because if it wasn't meant for us, then it wouldn't be in this world. So it's very much important that whatever little thing that you get, you do it. Even if it's not after graduating or anything. But then if as long as it's a small thing, just do it, and then it will upgrade your CV. Because like they say, the most important thing is your CV to be bright, and then people look at it and be like, oh, okay, this guy is not just only an academic, but then he can talk, he can be a motivational speaker, he can be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay, Pumzile has a question regarding that as well. Pumzile, you can talk. Hello? Pumzile?
Yeah, sorry, I was unmuted, but now it's fine. I wanted to touch on something that he had said. It was regarding, what did I want? What I wanted to say is that, guys, what's also important is to find passion in whatever that you study. The problem is that most of us, we go to school, spend 3 years studying something that we don't even enjoy. So when we get a job and we realize that, no, this is not for me because this happened to me. And you realize that this is not for me. Like, I'm not supposed to be in this field. So it's very important that even when you want to be an entrepreneur, don't just go that just because everyone is doing this, I can do it. Find passion in whatever that you are going to do. If you are passionate about getting tenders, like he mentioned something about that, if you are passionate about it, I tell you, there is no way you'll always get no's. But if you're not passionate about it, it's just something that you're doing because everyone else is doing it, you will always get a no. So literally what I'm saying is just that, just be passionate in everything that you do and you will be number one, like you will excel.
Tawan is a question as well. And Tawan, before we go to Brutus also has a question. But Tawan, you can talk.
Oh, sorry, it's a mistake. I don't know why I raised my hand.
Okay,
but then, like she said, passion is very, very much important. Yes. I love that. Like, you should have passion. If you don't have it, you're gonna die young.
Okay. Okay, die young it is.
Can I also add something?
Okay, you can add. No, you don't want to die young. Okay, you can add.
Can I add something quickly?
Yes, no problem.
It may be completely unrelated. But who's that lady that just spoke now?
It's Pumzile.
Pumzile, please be my friend. Like after this thing, be my friend of the rest.
Okay, this is good. Okay, okay, friendship. Okay, now let's
like we are friends.
Okay.
All right, yay.
Okay, now Brutus was also asking a question. I'm not sure if it was him, but all of a sudden it's Brutus.
Yeah. I just wanted to add on. I spoke to some. Do you guys know what those guys who hire people, the team, the hiring team? I think it's called HR.
Oh, okay, HR. Okay.
Yeah, I was speaking to the HR Anglo Platinum Mine. So, that guy did say, like they're no longer looking for, because like they get CVs, like maybe 1,000. All of them they got 90 plus, or their marks look great, but then what's gonna set you different from all those people who are getting A plus?
Okay, I don't know if it was an old question, but Pumzile and Tawan also they have their hands raised up. Is it an old question?
It's an old question. No, it's an old question, honey.
Okay, so I should lower your hands. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
I know it's no problem. So okay, you can continue, Brutus.
Yeah, basically they're just looking for people who are hungry, you gotta show your hunger. So I don't know who was speaking, the guy before.
Okay, it was Tawen.
Yeah, doing like a.
So if possible, if possible, whenever you're not talking, you can unmute your mic just for clarity because. Okay, thank you. Okay, you can continue, Mr. Brutus.
Oh yeah, like doing like a lot of things. Like she said, the other one, customer care. Like you develop new skills. Then that way you grow also as a person. Then,
I have a question.
The most important thing
I have a question not only for you, but for almost everyone who talked about getting jobs. It seems like everyone talks about getting jobs and no one talks about creating them. Is it the government's duty to create jobs, or I have a huge misunderstanding on that, because everyone is talking about getting jobs, and at the end, it's how many people are on this chat? We have 10 people on this chat, and I only had how many people? Probably 2 people, 2 over 10, talking about creating employment opportunities. So I have a question. Yeah.
I agree with talking about the problem of unemployment, of like why there isn't like.
Exactly.
Why aren't people getting jobs?
So I thought one of you would have said jobs, and sometimes there's no need to get a job. In fact, a job is you having an idea.
But you see, no people to motivate us. Like, what to do? They are not motivating us what to expect in future.
Okay.
They just tell us to go to school.
Exactly.
Sometimes we want to be under certain company so that we can start our own businesses. Like they didn't encourage us to start our own businesses. They just told us to go to school and find a job. Then they gave us that mindset.
Mtabi Singh has her hand raised up. Mtabi Singh?
Just to answer your question too, Polosho, I think we were trying to address the problem, like why we have unemployment. I think that discussion comes when we're like, what can we do in order to counter this problem? Then we can have like that kind of a discussion. I don't know if we are there yet.
Okay, no, I was just asking. Don't bite me.
No,
I'm not eatable. Don't bite me. It was just a question. It's like everyone is coming after me. Okay, Tawen can talk. No one is beating me yet. So.
Okay. I had the guy the previous speaker. I think it was Marasu speaking about being motivated. I'm not saying I'm discrediting him, but then I find it funny when I think of it in the other way. Because since I'm a guy who specializes in computer science, I look at guys like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. If we were to go to them and ask them who motivated you to start Microsoft or Apple and so on, they will just tell you, no, we just dropped out and then we started our thing. And it was all because of passion.
So I feel like it's different. Those guys, their background was good. And it's also, into unemployment, it's also what opportunities are also racially based in a certain way, because Mark Zuckerberg.
No, I just wanted to bring this idea that they didn't need actually to be motivated, but instead they motivated themselves. I just wanted to put it out on sometimes it's all about us motivating ourselves first. Because if we're going to sit down and be like, no one told us to start businesses, then how are we going to start them? It's not in our mind first.
And it will be a generational thing. Everyone will say the same thing.
Exactly. So we'll be sitting down and be like, they just said I must go to school. No one said.
We cannot blame our parents. It's true. They were raised under the same conditions. So why would we expect? Exactly. So let me start with Pumzile. Pumzile has a question as well. Pumzile? Okay.
I don't have a question. I wanted to add on what you guys are saying about motivating yourself. Guys, I want to say something to you all. You can motivate yourself. Like you can tell yourself that I can do it. I am going to do it. But I'm going to say this again. If you do not have passion for what you are doing, it's only going to last for a short time. In order to run your business for so long, motivating yourself, it's very important, but you have to have the passion to do that business. Like, don't just want to sell chicken because everyone is selling chicken. Just don't do it. Just don't.
Sell it because it's delicious, right? I'm kidding. No, okay. She's right. Okay, but she's right. And Tabisang also has a question. And Tabisang, if you could tell us your question.
It's not a question.
It's an addition. Okay.
Now, this baby, I'm adding.
Okay.
So just add on what they all say, especially comes this part about being passionate. Ne? I also like this thing about it. If you're not motivated, it means you're not hungry enough.
Yes, you're not hungry for the chicken.
You're not hungry enough.
So you're not hungry for the chicken.
Yes, you're not hungry enough. Like you have to be put in a corner that forces you to actually take a step forward. So the thing is, our generation, we are very comfortable with knowing that no, something will come, a grant will come, the government will give us this and this. I can just apply for that and that. So that mentality gets stuck within us. And in order to break from it, we need to be very hungry enough to break out of it. So it's something that we lack, and we lack the innovation as well because we're not motivated. Like he said, I don't want to discredit him. It's the truth. You do get demotivated if you're growing up in an environment that doesn't have ambition, or you grow up with parents that don't teach you how to embrace your talents. So you are one-sided. Like you're not innovative. So it becomes difficult to create ideas from scratch because you were not raised like that. But also, until you're hungry enough, then you'll be able to think for yourself. Wait till you're hungry, right?
And we have Isaac. Isaac hasn't said a word, and he didn't get the opportunity to introduce himself. So Isaac, do you have anything about? I feel like,
but sometimes, guys, it depends. Like some of us are rural areas, right? Then like when booty, then nothing way motivating me. What I was thinking is just to grow up and work somewhere like on a certain companies. I was not
office
businesses or something like that.
That's what I was saying.
They were just telling me of going to school and pass, then get like one be.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about backgrounds. Backgrounds also matter because if you look at the entire thing, it's what minorities mainly those who are suffering from a certain thing, such as unemployment. So I think to say motivation is entirely based on an individual. I don't know if it's true. Hello?
Yeah, guys,
okay.
Yeah, it's true, Apollos, it's true.
Okay. I cannot. Someone is. Okay. Let me start doing this. Okay. Everyone. So we have from almost everyone. And Pumzile, do you want to talk as well? Hello.
Oh, guys, and the Bulungus don't pale, guys.
What? Huh? What did he say? I didn't hear it.
The Bulungus don't see us succeed, you know.
I don't know about that.
White people.
Yeah, those white people.
Okay.
Like they don't want to see us succeed.
Everyone doesn't want you to succeed.
Exactly. That's a good
one. No, wait, guys. Can I just speak, guys?
Okay, let me say something. Your neighbor doesn't want you to succeed. You also know that, right? Your enemy.
No, wait.
Even your grandmother, guys.
Calm down, guys.
Even your grandmother is saying that. Who's saying that?
I think they want us to be. I think they want us to be successful,
okay, guys,
but not better than them.
Let's have some order.
Guys, come on, guys.
Okay, let's have some order. Can we have some order, Nyana?
Come on, guys. Can I just, have, the stage?
Must talk because he's the
one speaker, man.
Brutus, let me give you the opportunity to talk. Okay, the one who started the fire. Brutus, get it off.
The other thing.
Okay.
So, most people, yes, they want you to succeed, but not to be better than them.
Let me erase that.
That's true.
Come on.
Who said that as well? The thing is, people talk, and I don't know who, because you should give them a certain credit whenever they say such things. Like, Because they don't want pretty. They are
You guys,
bad.
you guys know that, like, you know, like your names do matter, or like not that much, but then like one of the reasons why maybe like your names do matter. Like you see when white people like take your CV, Batlakanaga, Madimeja, Mukumburu, they just literally just put your CV aside. Like it's not even a joke, guys.
So guys, we have
black people name their children.
So is it my fault now that I have this name?
Okay, no, it's just not
precisely.
Cannot move on.
You mustn't give your babies real names like Grace.
But that is bad. You should have your name should embrace your culture. You shouldn't adopt a name due to conditions or something like that. You should embrace your culture.
Modernization.
Yes, it's bad. What will happen to our name? Everyone would be Mike.
We are changing with times. Can't be.
Don't change. Why are they not changing and we are changing? It should be everyone who's changing if we have to change. And we're not doing anything bad by having our names, right? Someone was correct.
But we all know that up there, but the management is white people.
No, now I'm going to name my son the most blackest name ever. Because I serious, I'm going to Google it. In fact, I'm going to ask my grandmother who doesn't want me to succeed. But anyway, no, I'm just saying it's not good to change not something which is not bad, but just for something.
But change is good. Change is good also.
Change is good, but that's not good change. I would say it's our culture vanishes, guys. Okay. Our culture vanishes. Are you into that?
That one is about to for another day.
So am I the only one? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's move on because everyone wants white names. Let's move on. Not white names, English.
I don't want white names for my kids.
I don't want to be racist. English names, if I could say.
No, we don't want. Who still wants English name during this time, guys? Honestly,
like seriously, is looking for those. Brutus.
Like you're going to name your kids.
Hello?
He's quoting me. I'm saying that's what happens up there. I'm not saying that's what I want to do.
Okay, I understand. I thought
that's what happens in the HR,
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Guys, the other problem is that we as the black... I don't know.
Okay, guys.
Hello.
I think we should move on to other topic, to the same topic, but to others. Okay,
hey guys, what's happening?
Everyone is talking at the same time.
What's happening?
Everyone is talking.
No, you are the one who's talking, Polosho.
Okay, no, everyone is talking at the same time. So I think that's why I said we should mute our mics whenever we're not using the platform. So okay, is everyone fine? Can everyone hear me?
Of course.
Okay, everyone is listening to me. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are moving to our next subtitle, guys. Again, it's the same topic, but just a different title. Okay, the question is, how do we tackle this unemployment issue? Because everyone has spoke about it. Everyone has spoke about how they fear that they won't find employment whenever they are done with their studies or whenever they are done being lazy. Or whenever they are done thinking about the future. So the question is, how do we tackle it? And we have 3 hands. We are going to start with Ntabi Singh.
Yo, thank you so much. I'm about to leave at 8 o'clock. At 5 past 8, I'm out of here. I'm just going to be brief. I think the number one thing is innovation. You need to be innovative. Think about the environment that you're staying in. Look at the demand. Exactly. Where you are staying, what do people want? People don't want, let's just say, lawyers right now. People want people who can deliver food to them. People want people who can go do grocery shopping for them. Those kind of ideas can actually turn into a business opportunity that you can grow into this huge franchise, a huge business for yourself. So be innovative and look at the demand within your area.
That's true.
And work on that.
That's
so
true.
I'm about to leave. So bye, everybody, and thank you for this opportunity.
Wait. Before you go, hi, what's your name?
Wait, I have another meeting.
Her name is Ntabi Singh Malema.
Malemaja.
Malema.
Yeah.
Her name is over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I'm saying thank you for attending, and hopefully we'll see
Okay.
you on the other podcast episodes. I hope.
I'll definitely be there. I'll definitely be there. Bye, everyone.
Precisely. I'd
Bye-bye.
like to hear you again.
Huh? She's go. Is she gone? Okay. Okay, guys. We have what? Pumzile, can you also express yourself? Hello, Pumzile. Okay.
Sorry, Pulisha, what did you say?
No, the question was how do we tackle this unemployment issue which we are facing and which we are so scared of? It's like a horror movie or something like that.
That maybe it's about time we start looking into a new perspective.
Mhm.
Can we stop having this mindset that we go to school, we get our degrees, we get jobs? Can we have a mindset that's going to be we go to school so that we can open up businesses, so that we can do something? Like, I'm so tired of hearing people say, I can't get my dream job and whatsoever. Why don't you create your own dream job, like for yourself? Can we go to school not just to learn how to work, but learn how to be bosses like everyone? Talking about that, if you realize that white people, they don't study electrical engineering or whatsoever, they study whatever that is above that so that they can be bosses or whatsoever. Somebody touched on that. So can we also have that mindset that we don't want to be employed, but we want to employ other people? Okay.
Okay. And
So I'm not going to say that we have to be innovative or whatsoever. Let's just remove our mind from the mindset that we have to be employed. We have to work and be our best. Let's start and create jobs, guys. Let's be entrepreneurs, guys.
Okay. And we have Tawen to add on to say something about that, Tawen.
Sure. Just to add, I'll speak on school level first. On school level, I'll say, since most of us are at school, the most important thing is that
they study like those top jobs.
I was saying that since I was speaking on school level, the most important thing now is that make sure that your CV doesn't have 90 plus only. Do other stuff, because I'm telling you, the only way for your CV to be recognized is not by hundreds, but then by also having something that differentiates you from someone who is at the University of Cape Town, who is at the University of Wits. That's the only best way. That one I have assurance and I have proof for it. If possible, I was going to show you. So I'm just begging you on that part that don't just be an academic. Okay, what I remember when I got to university is that when I asked what's an academic, they told me that an academic is someone who's all-rounded in terms of social life, in terms of other commitments, and also their books. So let's just be that types of academics, not just an academic of I'm going to class to learn 1+1 and then I'm done. And then speaking of the other part, yes, we can be innovative. Yes, we can be looking forward to create jobs and be the employers in future. But then let it be passion. Let's just not wake up and be like, I want to start a business. Let it come from the bottom of, I don't know, your stomach or heart or whatever. But
organically, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it should be something of passion. And yeah, and then they will make it. Yeah, thank you.
So someone also has a
guys.
Okay.
Always,
well, just like, before you do say something, Pumzile is saying she's leaving. She's saying it was great. I don't know if has she already left? I think she left. Okay. She didn't say bye-bye, but okay. Brutus, you can proceed. I know Lisa has a question. Lisa had her hand raised up. Okay. Lisa,
no, mine was up for.
I know. Okay, let's have. Okay, you can say something, and Lisa will say it.
It's okay. Lisa can speak.
Okay,
the floor is
Lisa.
yours.
Lisa, hello, Lisa.
Hi. No, actually, it's not a question. I mean, I'm answering. I can. You said how do we then tackle? Mina, I think. Okay, this is advice I also received. My own brother was like, Lisa. I'm sorry. My brother told me that please go look for places. Focus on, as much as I'm doing a lot of things. And for example, because I have like multidisciplinary drawing and engineering, mechanical engineering. He's like, focus on one thing. Look for a company nearby and ask to volunteer. And tell them that I think the biggest issue here is we're in our jobs for money. We're doing a lot of things for the money and not for experience. So tell that company, no, I want to volunteer not to get money, but to gain. You can pay me in experience.
That's
Mawe.
Okay. Message being called.
Nah. And then another thing, like we need to learn to volunteer for things. I know volunteering has been something that's been said for years, but we never actually take it to mind.
Everything.
Hey, exactly. And then you expecting to get millions and millions. But, right, just because I'm an engineer doesn't mean that I'm gonna get that much. Because
So yeah.
That is that. I think okay, for people who have maybe made it into like a learnership, a scholarship, or a job, can we share CV ideas? What if my issue is not that I don't have the right things? What if it's the way I'm structuring my CV?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so if we can share things like that, if we can share things like CVs and encourage each other to do voluntary work, then I think we could actually tackle this whole unemployment thing quite well.
Someone
to touch on that, black people, now guys, I speak for black people. So this unemployment, I see black people, guys. But to touch on that, black people like unity, like a lot of us are not united. The main reason why there's so many white people who make it because they're united, but blacks, no one wants to help another one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and Tawan has his hand raised up. Tawan, if it's not an accident.
Okay, I just wanted to add on. That's not an accident. I just wanted to add on what Lisa said, which is I'm thankful for what she said because she reminded me of something. If you are playing, just to advise all of us, make sure that for whatever that you're playing, their people's, their vision, and their culture. Because sometimes we apply and not know behind what we are playing or what's going on. So I'll just say I once applied for things. I was always applying for things, but then because I didn't know their vision and culture, I couldn't write it down inside my application on exactly what I have and what they want. So I'll advise us guys that whatever you're applying for, check their requirements, check what's their vision, what's their purpose, and use that advantage as writing, because they'll be asking you questions like, tell us about yourself. So whenever you tell us about yourself, but also referring to what we're doing so that we can say, okay, this person has that main core or basic things that we need from an employee or someone that we want to employ. So yeah, thank you, Lisa. That's something good. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, since we have Captain C, you haven't said anything. You can also Captain C, you haven't said anything. You can tell us something as well if you think you can.
Yeah, these people have been mouthful. They've said a lot.
Yeah. And everyone who hasn't said much, they can add on to whatever has been said. And if it was helpful, you can also know that this was helpful.
Yeah, that's true. Now, from my side, I think when it comes to the government, they should empower more people to create more business instead of going to I need a job, I want to apply. Can you have the problem sometimes?
I think
I didn't hear you.
There's probably a network problem or something.
Hello?
Is it only on my side or it's happening globally? Oh, it's only in
Oh, sorry, guys. I think it's a network problem, guys.
Yeah, but when you apologize, we can hear you clearly. I wonder what. But whenever you have to make a point, you know, I wonder what's wrong. Whether he's doing it intentionally, he's like.
Wow.
Okay, guys. Do you want to talk, Captain C?
Can you hear me, guys?
No, it happened. You're about to start. Okay, Murazvi. You also have something to add on top of that?
Yeah, I think we as a black people, right? As that guy over later, we don't have a like like no, so when they are building malls, we know those obvious shops, like ShopRite, Chaka, Spa, like those obvious shops, and then we don't have problems with them.
Exactly.
But when they are building malls, and on the other side, why don't they just build some small shops? We as a youth, we can start our own shops, and then at the end, economy will grow, and then or a weak economy, performance, less jobs, and then population is busy growing. So even our youth, let me say we as youth, we must leave those laziness. Like we are too lazy. Like they get really too much.
Why is that? Why is that true? Life is too good. Now you're at home. Everything is
maybe I don't know. Like we are not able to manage our time, right? We are always on a media and social media. When we are on the social media, they didn't create them to communicate only with your friends. Ola, except Braga, sure.
And it's every day. It's the same thing every day. It's the same song.
Yeah, sure. And then we have to use those social medias to create some like our bright future using those medias. Maybe you can create small yana shops and the small yana shop. Then why we are meeting Araba familiarize Leon.
That's true. That is true. And Villagas, Isaac, I've been trying to get him to say something. Hopefully this time around it works. Hello, Villagas.
My network, bro.
Oh yeah, you've been coming in, going out. I've been trying to get hold of you, but hey.
Hello, guys. I'm back.
Okay, who's talking? Okay, again, Captain C.
Captain C. Yes.
Captain C talks like a robot every time he talks, but whenever he introduces himself, it's fine. Before. Okay.
Oh, guys. Sorry. Let me say. So maybe you can hear me.
Okay, guys. Since we probably hasn't said much whatever. She's been quiet. She hasn't said much. I even I'm starting to think she's not around.
I am around. I'm just listening to your very informative information. So,
yeah. Today was a good episode, guys. I would like to thank everyone who did participate.
It was.
Everyone who did participate, I would like to thank you. It was helpful as well. And on my behalf, since I didn't say much as you guys did.
You asked a lot of questions.
Yeah, but I get asked less questions, if I could say. It's not so someone is saying I've been trying to talk. Network today is bad. Next time I'll find a great spot. Okay, you're saying he's going to get on top of a mountain or something. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's Captain C.
Captain C is saying next time you'll find a suitable mountain with no trees.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we understand.
Why That's
what I'm asking. Whenever we give him the time, his network.
I'm busy moving around. It's like a movie.
Namana, the network is back.
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's that thing they said about grandmothers.
No, I think
Okay, guys. I would like to thank you. Today, let's talk. We did spend a lot of time on the conversation. So, guys, today we spoke about what? We spoke about unemployment generally, it existing within society, right? And we also spoke about how to tackle it.
Yes.
And one thing before we do dismantle this conversation, I would like to ask: do you guys think it's promising? Because some of you are currently still studying, some of you are still looking for jobs. Is it promising? Do you feel like you will actually get a job after completing, or do you feel like you're just playing? It's a game of chance. That's what I'm asking. Is it a game of chance, or you are like, I'm gonna get one?
I mean, I think it's a game of chance right now.
Tawan has his hand raised up. Okay, you can talk.
Oh, sorry. No, I think it's a game of chance because there's so much. As much as I'm trying not to. Do you know how discouraging it is when you're always sending your CV and always sending it, and then they contact you and they contact you only to find out it's a scam? Then it's really hard to say, yeah, I'll definitely get something soon, or what if? There's always that. It's a gamble. It's a gamble, but we know what you want. This is a
Yeah, but before Town does say something, since getting a job, it's what it links back to choosing a specific course to study. So, if I may ask, do you think also going to university and studying that specific course was also a gamble, or you should have went to studying a business or something?
Who are you asking? Everyone or just?
I'm also asking you because Town will proceed with his question or his statement after.
The course I chose, I didn't even know that I would love it this much.
Hey, you love it,
so
right?
No, it was not. It was not. I think the only big thing I could maybe mention, I thought I needed to go to university.
Okay.
But then I met college, and college just did something to me that made me feel like, what? Colleges are looked down upon. It is so sad how colleges are looked down upon. But then it is that same college that can get you far.
That's true.
So this thing of when I high school, no, university, UP, UJ, can we please encourage them to go to college and show them that college is not where lower people side, the rejected ones go. It is a place you can go and go do something for yourself in less time, with less money. I used to not like college, honestly. I didn't I felt off, man, for being in a college. But then after spending a year at college, I was like, wow, okay, that was an eye opener, honestly. I mean, my first year in the college, I was like, it's a gap year, so I'm just pushing time, still gonna go to varsity, But no, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm honestly happy where I'm at. I notice how much I've saved. I notice how much I'm learning from being within this environment. And yeah.
That is good. Taweni, since your hand has been raised up ever since the dawn of time, you can talk.
Answering your first question, from my side, I was promising because of the way the world has been channeled recently. I feel like the degree is on way too much demand in terms of every sector, small businesses, from shops, each and everything. And then the other thing that I would love to do after this, I believe that if I can send some good sources that I believe can help all of us to get good job opportunities in terms of not receiving things that at the end of the day you find like a scam, like Lisa said. I'll send them to the group. And then the other part, it's that university for me, I think it was okay. But also, like Lisa said, Lisa actually speaking my language. I think maybe we not know something. She should tell me. But then at the end of the day, the end of the day, I just wanted to say that let's just try to do something. Back then, I would always go back to my high school and arrive there and tell them that, guys, university and college, because college is also a good place to go. Let's not discourage them because you are at university or not at university. So yeah, let's just do it. That's what I will do. So I always says that even if this pandemic is still there, when you have a younger brother or sister, just tell them, advise them on university and both university and college. And then, yeah, that's it.
Lisa has something to say. Lisa, you can talk.
I'm adding to what Taweni is saying. Ne? I think I do go to my high school. I do go. I used to go there maybe every term and just go chill with the learners for the day and actually explain to them, hey, I'm in a college and I'm doing this course. Look, this is what I'm doing. The discouraging. I think we live a double lifestyle. You know how these kids or children of today, we spend most of our time on Instagram. Hey, I'm looking like, hey, everything at school is working. But then you do not know the depression that comes with this pressure of the world or this pressure of an image that I've put up for everyone to see. So if we encourage these younger ones, you know what? Don't put yourself under such social strain in the name of I also want to be an Instagram graduate or a learner who looks like, hey, makeup is doing the most, like I am up there. When for real, deep down, I know that I am struggling. Let us try to keep the right image of it is hard. I don't know that growing up is this hard. If I had the chance to go back, I would definitely do so. But hey, sadly that can't happen. So we just have to teach them as people with experience. Let's teach them, guys, it's actually not as easy as we make it seem out to be. You have to hustle. You have to work. You have to keep focused, or else you go astray. And people will ask, what happened to you? People, life is hard. Life is hard. So can we please just be the role models these kids or these younger generations need to see?
They need a tutorial, a bit of a tutorial, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
this is what you do.
It's not easy.
Yeah. So someone wanted to talk. Someone? Hello, someone?
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Yes, how are you, Isaac?
That's good, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, everyone.
I finally fixed the network problem. It was
finally. You went on to gang. You probably went on the roof or something.
Yo,
be careful. Be careful.
So, guys, I only heard pieces of the conversation, but I can relate. So, because I also was a student. I'm still a student right now, and I hear you talking about motivating yourselves. Whether going to varsity is a good thing or not, and I can relate. So someone raised an issue about social media platforms chowing our time and stuff, Instagram and all that. So I was thinking with the fact that's going to university, the way I say it, going to university, it might not help in getting you a job or making you rich and all that. But what I've seen is that it is an eye opener for quite a lot of people.
That's true.
Because I think a sister was talking about motivating yourself and the struggles of motivate. How do you motivate yourself when you are not even exposed to the things that's going on around? Before you get motivated to do something you like, you have to kind of be exposed to something. Because I'm feeling with most of people from the hood and some from the rural areas, they don't even know what to do. They only know what they've been told with this medicine.
Yeah,
if you check in almost all households, they'll want their children to be doctors, engineers. It's only
to be teachers.
Yeah, it's only just a couple of it's a small pool of careers you can choose from. Other than that, it's just something else.
Yeah,
with the issue of social media, now I am like kind of like addicted. Like I want to go to what I've seen is like, okay, there, as much as people are just posting random stuff, but there are also people who are making careers out of that.
That's true.
Like there are some people who offer like lessons on Instagram. You see those people who make content. They sometimes they offer lessons on on how
and they get endorsements.
They try to motivate you to ride the wave. Because like with the social media, you can be like really successful.
That's true.
If you know what to do, not just posting pictures and liking. They encourage you to make content. If you feel like you have a skill or something, try to put it in a presentable manner and post like in a like you just give yourself a certain time frame, then probably someone will pick it up. Then who knows? Like you might be getting paid for it and stuff. So it's quite tricky. Let me just give some people some time to speak. I don't have to speak.
Okay. Tawin, I'm not sure if the hand which is being raised, it's been there or it's a new hand being raised. Hello, Tawin.
It's an old hand. It's an old hand.
I thought you had something to say. Again, and as Isaac was talking, he mentioned something which Ramoraswi mentioned. And I bet he was a bit against it, against what Ramrasa said. Ramrasa said social media consumes our time, and we have nothing to do but to go on social media. Ramrasa, do you think whatever he said is correct?
I wasn't opposing per se, but just saying that.
Yeah, you're just adding on top.
Just go in there to check what can you, like if you feel like you have a talent, how can you put it out there? Because at the end of the day, if you feel like you have talent, even though you went to school, if there's a way that you can put it out there, like social media is quite a good platform. You can also learn some other things which you might be interested in.
That's true. And it also helps. And it also helps to tackle this problem of unemployment in a certain way.
Yeah.
Since you're getting employed.
Anything you are doing, you are supposed to put it out there for a lot of people to see, like the way I say it.
That's true.
Guys, I was gonna write a message, but then I have to go. We'll continue on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, everyone, thank you for joining us, and this is how we end the conversation.
Bye.
Okay, so everyone, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we'll meet again.
Sure.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
How do I get out?
Good night, everyone.
Bye, homie.
Bye. This was fun. Thank you.
Very funny.
Everyone is gone. Okay, Isaac, bye-bye, Amanda.
Oh, sure.
You're late. When the party's over, you arrive and we all go. And Brutus, Lena, bye-bye.
Yeah.
So guys, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now I should end this so I can record. I can stop the recording, I mean. So everyone is okay. I don't want to be not polite and end it while everyone is still around. I'm a polite guy. I close doors while everyone is gone. Okay, let me stop.